Hello, this is Dr. Grande. Today's question is, can I analyze the closing arguments and offer my final thoughts on the Johnny Depp Amber Heard defamation trial? Just a reminder, I'm not diagnosing anybody in this video, only speculating about what could be happening in a situation like this. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, subscribe to my channel, and consider supporting me on Patreon. I will put the link to Patreon in the description for this video. First, I'll offer a brief background on this case, a summary of the closing arguments, then my analysis. In December of 2018, the Washington Post published an op-ed written by the actress Amber Heard, in which she implied that she was a victim at the hands of her ex-husband Johnny Depp. She didn't name him specifically, but it's clear that it was Johnny she was referring to. Johnny Depp filed a lawsuit against Amber for defamation, and she responded by filing a countersuit. The trial was held in the Fairfax County Courthouse in Virginia. The case went to the jury on May 27, 2022. At the time of making this video, there has not yet been a verdict in this case. Now moving to the summary of the closing arguments, I am including the rebuttal closing arguments in this same section. Much of this is paraphrased, and I have changed the order of some of the items. Starting with the closing arguments from Johnny Depp's lawyers, here's what they argued. Johnny Depp's good name and his life were at stake in this trial. Amber Heard lied about injuries caused by Johnny Depp. She lied about Kate Moss being pushed down the stairs by Johnny Depp. Amber wanted to be viewed as a victim of domestic violence, but she was not. Medical documentation was insufficient to draw a conclusion that Amber was injured. Many people who were in contact with Amber did not see any injuries. Unlike Amber, Johnny had proof of his injuries. His fingertip was removed during an incident in Australia, and there was a photograph where he appears to have a black eye. In all those various audio recordings that were played, not one featured Johnny admitting to striking Amber Heard. However, Amber did admit to striking Johnny Depp. On one occasion, Amber minimized her behavior by suggesting that she hit Johnny, but didn't punch him. Out of all the witnesses who were called to testify, only Amber's sister supported her version of events. Amber's sister was the only one who testified that Johnny was physically violent. Johnny had multiple witnesses who corroborated his version of events. Johnny has taken responsibility for his drug and alcohol use, but Amber has never taken responsibility for anything she did wrong. None of Johnny Depp's previous partners have made allegations similar to those made by Amber Heard. When Johnny finally had enough of Amber's mistreatment, he told her the relationship was over. Amber then went on the attack. Amber pretended as though her face had been bruised by Johnny. She notified the media, and she staged a dramatic journey to the court to file a restraining order. Amber lied about donating her $7 million divorce settlement to charity, just like she lied about Johnny Depp mistreating her. Amber Heard claimed that Johnny Depp's former attorney falsely accused her of perpetrating a hoax, but what Amber did was a hoax. Moving to the arguments from Amber Heard's lawyers, here's what they argued. Johnny Depp sends a dangerous message. He's trying to deny Amber freedom of speech, and he's hurting victims everywhere. No matter what Amber did, Johnny twisted it to make her seem guilty. Whether she took photographs or did not take photographs, whether she sought medical treatment or did not seek it, she was going to lose either way. She was going to be viewed as someone who was lying either way. Johnny's substance use turned him into a rage-filled monster. In Johnny Depp's world, no one can leave him. If they do, he starts a campaign of global humiliation against them. This is what he did to Amber. The jury does not need to make a decision based on most of what they heard during the trial. The case is relatively straightforward and simple. It's really about Amber's words in the op-ed. Her words are true. They were not written with actual malice. Amber did not write the title of the online version, which contained the word sexual. She sent out a link to the article on Twitter, but did not add anything to it. Therefore, she did not republish it according to the law. Amber's multiple references to the word sexual in the article are not about Johnny Depp, rather about incidents that allegedly occurred when Amber was in college. The real Johnny Depp is the one seen in his offensive messages. Johnny is intimidating. Witnesses are scared of him. Many of his witnesses were on his payroll. Contrary to what Johnny Depp's attorney said, Amber had witnesses who supported her story, The fact that they are not her friends now and still testify to support her suggests that they were telling the truth. Johnny blamed everybody for his career problems except himself. The damage to his career was self-inflicted. Johnny claimed that the first opportunity he had to speak out on the issue was at this trial. In reality, he could have challenged Amber about the restraining order and the divorce, but he chose not to. Amber had no motive to falsely accuse Johnny. She was entitled to more money from the divorce, but she didn't make an effort to get it. She just wanted to move on. The jury should allow her to move on with her life. They should stand up for the First Amendment. If Johnny fails to prove he never abused Amber even one time, she wins. It doesn't matter what type of mistreatment it was. It could be emotional, physical, financial. Johnny's former attorney acted with actual malice when he said that Amber was perpetrating a hoax. Now moving to my analysis. This trial took place over the course of several weeks. There was a lot of testimony to process. Many of it was contradictory. Sometimes it really looked like Johnny was ahead. Other times Amber made good points. The evidence in this case came mostly in the form of witness testimony, text messages, photographs, and audio recordings. It offered a frightening and revealing look inside a tragic and horrible romantic relationship between two people who have manifested some reckless and irresponsible characteristics. Here are my thoughts on a few items that stood out to me in this case. Item number 1. Who do I believe was victorious? I don't think that either party proved defamation. I think it's reasonable to believe that on at least one occasion, Johnny Depp committed some type of mistreatment. Therefore, Amber has the right to call herself a victim of domestic violence. Johnny, of course, has the right to call himself a victim. As far as losses, Johnny Depp was so bad with money and with managing his career, I think his own actions caused most of his financial losses. Blaming Amber for Johnny's career sinking is like blaming a passenger on the Titanic for the ship sinking because their suitcase was 5 pounds overweight. As far as Amber's claims about the hoax, I find it impossible to believe that those specific statements made by Johnny Depp's former attorney damaged her career, and I think a reasonable person could believe that she did perpetrate a hoax at least one time. Item number 2, who do I think was victorious in the court of public opinion? I think there's no question that Johnny won in this regard. The small amount of objective evidence in this case supports Johnny's version of events. I don't believe he proved defamation, but I do believe Amber Heard falsely accused Johnny Depp of physical violence. I think that Johnny has been vindicated in regard to those allegations. Johnny's image improved during the trial, while Amber's image disintegrated. Johnny did lose some points from his reputation when he talked about his drug and alcohol use, but gained more points by defending against Amber's allegations. I don't think Amber gained any points as far as her reputation in any domain. This trial was an unmitigated disaster for Amber Heard. Item number 3. What are my thoughts about some of the specific allegations made during the trial? We see a number of allegations in both directions, that somebody could believe or not believe. A person doesn't have to believe everything Johnny said or everything that Amber Heard said. Chances are they were both lying about some things. I'll go through a few of the allegations here and offer my opinion. I do not think that Amber Heard directly caused the damage to Johnny's finger during the incident in Australia, but I do think that his injury occurred during a fight that Amber started or prolonged. I do not think that Johnny pushed Kate Moss down steps. I do not think that Johnny physically struck Amber on any occasion except by accident. For example, he admitted that their heads made contact when he was trying to defend himself. I believe that Amber exaggerated damage to her face and claimed to have bruises that did not exist. I think that Johnny's substance use was devastating to his relationship with Amber, his finances, and his life in general. I do not believe that Johnny's offensive text messages and emails can be explained fully by his tendency to be artistic and expressive. He was clearly angry and mean on at least a few occasions. Item number 4. Should Johnny Depp have filed a lawsuit against Amber Heard? Johnny argued this was his only way to find his voice. I disagree. The courts should never be used to file claims which can't be proven. Johnny has a lot of money. He could have started a public relations campaign to improve his image. He could have publicly accused Amber of wrongdoing. He could have fought Amber during the time when she was obtaining a restraining order or during the divorce. Some people will say, what else was Johnny Depp supposed to do? Didn't he have the right to clear his good name? Nobody has the right to misuse the courts, even if they have good intentions, like to clear their name. Maybe Johnny didn't have a good way to find a remedy in this case, and while that's unfortunate, it was his challenge to overcome. Johnny simply didn't have a case for defamation. Instead of accepting his situation or trying to find another way to advocate for himself, he turned this case into a public spectacle and wasted time and money. I believe that Amber absolutely had the right to express her opinions as she did in the op-ed. Just because she wasn't telling the entire story doesn't mean that she made a false claim. On the other side of this issue, I believe that Amber's counterclaim about the hoax assertions by Johnny's former attorney was just as ridiculous as Johnny's claim. Item number 5, who was more vindictive, Johnny or Amber? One theory of this case is that Johnny mercilessly chased Amber down with this lawsuit. Another theory is that Amber made false claims to get revenge on Johnny. When weighing the evidence, I believe that Amber was more vindictive. I think that when Johnny rejected her, she desperately wanted to make him pay. What Amber didn't realize is that Johnny was capable of being vindictive as well. Here we see two strong-willed people with a lot of resources who were determined to destroy each other. Item number 6 is my case conceptualization. This is just a theory, my opinion. At the inception of their relationship, Johnny and Amber each admired what the other person had. Johnny admired Amber's attractiveness and youth. Amber admired Johnny's wealth and fame. Amber had a deep desire for acceptance and attention. She had a distorted view of what that looks like in a relationship. For example, she did not want Johnny to retreat from fights, and she thought she was within her rights to strike him. Amber wanted to control Johnny. That was the only way she could satisfy her needs. That was the only way for her to be positive that Johnny loved her. She could not permit herself to trust him, to believe in his good intentions and truthfulness. In reality, she had a good reason to be concerned. Johnny was already in a controlling relationship with alcohol and drugs. Substance use was his cruel and unforgiving mistress. When Amber battled with Johnny, she was not only fighting him, she was fighting the substances. Over time, Amber resorted to the same tactic as the substances, harming Johnny Depp. Amber and the substances were tearing Johnny in two directions. When Johnny's relationship with Amber finally imploded, he was willing to let her go. He was willing to acknowledge that they should not be together. They both agreed to put it all behind them, to accept that they had a bad relationship. Amber pretended to go along with these terms, but then betrayed their agreement. Johnny then felt justified to take whatever actions he needed to set the record straight. He was not willing to endure any more suffering at the hands of Amber Heard. During the trial, they both dug deep and found all the anger and hatred that they could. They both connected with their worst feelings and tendencies. It was an unnecessary and inappropriate encore performance to their terrible marriage, and the ultimate expression of how people have a tendency to drag others into their dysfunctional dynamics. Now moving to my final thoughts. Ultimately, Johnny and Amber will continue to maintain their stories after the verdict is read. They will take pleasure in the fact that the other person suffered, never fully realizing what an important message that communicates about their own behavior, desires, and motivations. In so many ways, this case was a cautionary tale about the dangers of a lack of insight combined with fame, shallowness, and millions of dollars. Those are my thoughts about the closing of the Johnny Depp-Amber Heard trial. Please put any opinions and thoughts in the comments section. They always generate an interesting dialogue. As always, I hope you found my analysis on this topic to be informative. Thanks for watching.